Have you guys seen Meghan's Instagram story? People are saying it's in response to this Telegraph post about the chicken. I mean, Telegraph took out their time to write about Meghan's chickens. Oh my goodness. Seriously, derangers and anyone else who's still saying Meghan's irrelevant, you need to get real because, come on, how is that irrelevant? Actual papers are writing about her chickens. So she posted that on her story, and people are saying she's trolling the British media, the British press, and I can see it. I don't know if that's what she's doing, honestly, but I can totally see it, and honestly, it's so worth it. She's obviously not the Meghan of the past who felt like unaliving herself because of the bullying she was getting from the press. This is a new Meghan. This is a Meghan that stand up for herself. Yes, the media lies are like water running off the dog's back to them. Yes, because if you stop to throw stones at every dog that barks at you, you'll never advance, you'll never get anywhere. And I think that's what it is for them. So no, they can't respond to everything. But when she does reply, love it. Honestly, I love this new Meghan. Who else loves that? Whether she's trolling the British media, British press or not, who else loves that? Who else loves the fact that she could be trolling the British media and Telegraph with that story, with her Instagram story?
Okay, this might be a long one because the UK media losing their minds over Meghan and Harry. So let's start with Saturday. We start with the scum and we had Meghan Richie crime romp. Duchess, a TV actress again in the UK. Then we had Harry on the front page with regards to his legal bill, which other people are facing as well, but Harry is the main star for them. Then we had The Guardian has joined in. So they had Marina Hyde, Harry and Meghan, the sequel. Daily Fail absolutely loving it. Harry, Elton and co will have to pay millions to mail. Unjustified. The Daily Star with their really hilarious title, Meg's Lock, Stock and Two Moaning Royals. The Daily Telegraph, front page again. Meghan in Netflix talks to star in Richie gangster series. What are we now? 3 consecutive days, front pages. We had The Mirror with Meghan in Guy Ritchie talks, Duchess and the Gentleman. Okay, then we move to Sunday, and we've got the Sunday Times. Harry and Meghan's move to Britain may only be for a year. Say friends. The Scum on Sunday. Meghan TV role worth 1 million. A big deal could be off. Was it ever on? We'll probably never know. Daily Mail. Meghan's TV comeback has been canned. Has it really? Claims the top royal author. This really made me laugh. Poll. Just 4% say William should make first move in peace talks. The other 96%. They probably just don't care. 4%. Wow. And then the Daily Star going with Harry double cashes in. I'm the Duke of Sussex. This is like a novelty paper, I'm sure. Harry was on the front page of the Sunday Telegraph, honouring the fallen. And we had the Observer and we had Meghan down here. Welcome back, Meghan. A love letter from Giles Whitnell. And I find these headlines very strange. It's not over. The American dream isn't over. What was the American dream? The papers, they seem to know it all. Apparently. Another from the Sunday Times, Prince Harry and Meghan's return could be short-lived. The BBC jumping in as well. As they return to the UK, Harry and Meghan search for a brand that sticks. As ever seems to have stuck and is doing really well. Also, can we buy them here? Meghan, call me. And here we have the bitter Jane Moore. What would our favourite jampreneur actually do in the rainy misery of an island whose affection she squandered? I don't know, Jan, and I don't care what you say. And we finally make it to today, Monday. And is that 3-4 days consecutive they've been on the front pages? You've got the Times with Sussex's secret weekend bolt hole. The Daily Telegraph, you would think. No, but there's Meghan down the bottom there. And we've got the Daily Mail with Team Sussex versus Team Wales. As Kate smiles through the royal crisis, how 2 rival courts are already taking shape. And the Scum with Kate again. Kate smiles on church trip. We're all grin it together. Royals united over Harry and Meg return. And standard from the Daily Express, Kate just doing Kate. Delighted Kate is the princess of smiles. And I'll leave you with this because it kind of just sums up the sheer stupidity of the UK media. The Telegraph. Harry and Meghan's chickens to stay in California. Thank you for sharing that. Haters, stay mad.
Welcome back to our channel, everyone. And if you haven't already, please remember to hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and join our growing family here. Today, we have to talk about something that genuinely made me burst out laughing the moment I opened my phone this morning, because the sheer absurdity of tabloid media has reached a whole new peak. Princess Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, posted a quick, light-hearted Instagram story today, and honestly, it completely stole the show. It was just a simple, cute little joke about her backyard flock. She shared a quote that said, "People who take care of chickens are literally chicken tenders." It was innocent, silly, and clearly just a fun moment shared on a quiet morning. But of course, you already know what happened next, because predictable media outlets simply cannot help themselves. Right on cue, the Daily Mail published an entire article with a headline reading, "Meghan shares cryptic post about her chickens after reports Sussexes will leave beloved birds behind in Montecito after move to Britain." I mean, can you actually believe the psychological gymnastics required to stretch a one-line dad joke into a psychological commentary on guilt and moving plans? It is absolute madness. But at this point, their obsession with Meghan Sussex has transcended normal reporting and entered the realm of pure comedy. Let us really break down what is happening here, because the contrast between reality and tabloid fiction is just staggering. Meghan Sussex posts a harmless dad joke about tending to her rescue chickens at Archie's Chicken Inn, and within hours, mainstream journalists are analyzing the syntax of the word tender to imply deep emotional turmoil over rumors that haven't even been confirmed. They want us to believe that a silly social media pun is actually a coded message of guilt sent across the Atlantic. It makes you step back and ask what the editorial board at the Daily Mail is actually doing every single day. Is there a dedicated desk whose sole responsibility is monitoring every breath, every post, and every minor gesture from Meghan Sussex just to manufacture a crisis? The hyperfixation is beyond relentless. It's almost impressive how they can take literally nothing, spin it into a dramatic narrative, and present it as serious news to their readers. Think about the absurdity of calling a joke about chicken tenders cryptic. If anyone else on the planet posts a silly pun about their pets, people chuckle, double tap, and move on with their afternoon. But when Meghan Sussex does it, suddenly it becomes a cryptographic puzzle that requires royal commentators to weigh in on avian distress and international relocation logistics. The reach is so far-fetched that you can't help but shake your head and laugh at how desperate the coverage has become. What makes this even more fascinating is how it highlights the massive disconnect between how Meghan Sussex actually lives her life and how she's portrayed in these sensationalized headlines. She's out there living quietly, raising her family, tending to her garden and her animals, and occasionally sharing a moment of light humor. Meanwhile, an entire industry of outrage culture is working overtime to turn her everyday moments into scandalous plot twists. The idea that she's sitting in Montecito carefully crafting subliminal messages about bird abandonment through a pun is so ridiculous it belongs in a comedy sketch. Yet, the Daily Mail publishes it with a straight face, expecting their audience to dissect the secret meaning behind chicken tenders. The level of projection involved in these stories says far more about the media's unhinged fixation than it does about anything happening in Montecito. Every single day, it feels like there's a fresh attempt to create conflict where none exists. If she wears neutral colors, they claim it's a statement. If she wears bright colors, they claim it's a distraction. And now, if she makes a joke about chickens, it's a sign of overwhelming guilt. The moving goalposts are exhausting to track, but watching them scramble to find drama in a simple Instagram story is admittedly hilarious. It really shows you how dependent certain outlets have become on using Meghan Sussex for engagement and clicks. They know that putting her name in a headline, no matter how nonsensical the story is, guarantees traffic. But at what point does the audience finally stand back and say, all right, this has gone completely off the rails? Writing an entire investigative piece on a chicken joke is officially the tipping point of tabloid desperation. Meghan Sussex has consistently shown that she prefers to focus on positive ventures, family life, and genuine community engagement, and honestly, that's the best response possible. While commentators are spiraling over chicken puns, she's just enjoying her morning, living her life peacefully, and letting the absurdity speak for itself. At the end of the day, this whole situation is just a perfect micro-example of the ongoing circus surrounding royal reporting. It proves that no matter how mundane, joyful, or completely harmless a moment is, certain outlets will always try to twist it into a narrative of controversy and distress. But for the rest of us watching from the outside, all we can really do is enjoy the laugh and appreciate the sheer ridiculousness of it all. The funniest part about this entire situation is that Archie's chick-in isn't even a new revelation. It's a well-known, sweet detail about their family life that was shared years ago. Those rescue chickens were saved from a factory farm, brought to a peaceful home, and have been living their absolute best lives in Montecito ever since. So watching tabloid journalists suddenly invent a dramatic crisis around these birds, as if they are helpless pawns in an international diplomatic negotiation, is beyond absurd. They are treating a routine daily chore like a high-stakes thriller, complete with emotional strain and secret messaging, when in reality, someone just fed their pets and made a quick joke about it on the internet. It really highlights the strange psychological phenomenon happening in modern media coverage surrounding the Sussexes. There is an entire network of commentators whose livelihoods depend entirely on projecting negative emotions on every single move Meghan Sussex makes. If she stays quiet, they claim she is hiding something dark. If she speaks publicly, they accuse her of seeking attention. And if she posts a harmless pet joke, they manufacture an entire narrative about secret guilt over moving plans that haven't even been announced or verified. It is a completely unwinnable game, which is precisely why stepping away from that ecosystem and ignoring the noise was the healthiest thing she and Prince Harry ever did. When you look closely at how these stories are crafted, you notice a distinct pattern that repeats itself week after week. An unverified rumor gets printed by an anonymous source, then another outlet picks up that rumor and treats it as established fact, and then a third outlet uses a completely unrelated social media post as proof of the original rumor. That is not journalism, that is a circular feedback loop of manufactured drama designed to keep readers outraged and engaged. The Daily Mail taking a joke about chicken tenders and linking it to a hypothetical overseas move is the absolute gold standard of this bizarre speculative fiction. What makes the public reaction so entertaining this time around is that even neutral observers are starting to see right through the routine. People in the comment sections are actively laughing at the headlines, calling out the sheer absurdity of analyzing a pun about poultry. The spell is breaking because the coverage has become so hyper-dramatic that it crosses into self-parody. You cannot take a serious news organization seriously when they are dedicating prime editorial space to dissecting whether a duchess feels guilty about her hens. Beyond the comedy of it all, there is something deeply refreshing to see Meghan Sussex continue to move through the world with lightness and humor. After years of intense public scrutiny, unfair headlines, and constant mischaracterization, being able to simply post a silly joke and move on with your day is a subtle power move. It shows that the noise no longer dictates her mood or her life. She is building her business, raising her kids, enjoying her home, and sharing moments of joy on her own terms, completely unbothered by whatever headlines are being cooked up across the ocean. It also serves as a reminder of how simple life actually is in Montecito compared to the chaotic storm the media tries to generate around them. While commentators in London studios are debating the geopolitical implications of a chicken coop, the reality on the ground is just a family enjoying a quiet morning in their backyard. The contrast could not be starker, and it really shows who is living in reality and who is living in a stress-filled echo chamber of their own creation. As viewers and fans, moments like this are a great reminder to step back and look at the bigger picture. We don't need to get dragged into the manufactured outrage or take the bait every time a sensational headline drops. Sometimes the absolute best response to absurd tabloid coverage is simply to laugh at how ridiculous it has become, appreciate the light-hearted moments when they happen, and keep supporting people who are focusing on peace, family, and positivity. Thank you so much for watching today's video and spending some time with me to talk through this hilarious update. Please remember to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, leave your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss an update. I always love reading what you all have to say, so let me know how you reacted to this headline. Take care, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next video.